France in the 15th century was a land in turmoil, a nation caught in the throes of relentless conflict. Imagine a country torn apart by war, where every day brought new fears and uncertainties. Fear was a constant companion, lurking in every shadow and around every corner. The 100 Years' War raged on, leaving behind a trail of destruction and despair. Amidst this chaos, in the small village of Domremy, a young girl named Jeanne d'Arc was born. Her arrival brought a glimmer of hope to a weary land. Life in Domremy was simple, filled with the rhythms of nature and the warmth of family. The villagers worked hard, tending to their fields and livestock. Jeanne, with her bright eyes and infectious laughter, was loved by all. She brought joy to those around her, a beacon of light in dark times. She tended to the sheep, helped her mother with chores, and learned the ways of the world through stories told around the hearth. These stories ignited her imagination and filled her with dreams of a better future. But Jeanne was no ordinary girl. She possessed a heart filled with unwavering faith and a spirit that yearned for something more. She possessed a heart filled with unwavering faith and a spirit that yearned for something more. Her prayers were fervent, her resolve unshakable. While other girls her age dreamt of romance and adventure, Jeanne felt a different calling. She was drawn to a higher purpose, one that transcended her own desires. The plight of her beloved France weighed heavily on her young shoulders. She could not ignore the suffering of her people, nor the devastation that surrounded her. She yearned to ease her people's suffering and bring peace back to her war-torn land. Jeanne's courage and determination would soon lead her on a path that would change the course of history. As Jeanne blossomed into a young woman, a profound change began to stir within her. She started experiencing visions, hearing voices that seemed to come from the heavens themselves. These voices were unlike anything she had ever heard before. These weren't the voices of fear or madness, but voices of guidance and strength. They spoke with a clarity and purpose that resonated deeply within her soul. Saint Michael, the warrior angel, appeared before her, his presence both awe-inspiring and comforting. He was not alone. Other saints, like Saint Catherine and Saint Margaret, also visited her. He spoke of a grand destiny that awaited her, a mission that would require immense courage and faith. A destiny that would forever alter the course of France's history. The voices revealed a future where France would be free from its oppressors. At first, Jeanne questioned these divine messages. She wondered if she was truly worthy of such a calling. Could she, a simple peasant girl, truly be chosen for such a momentous task? The idea seemed almost impossible to grasp. The weight of the responsibility felt almost unbearable. The enormity of the mission was daunting. Yet the voices persisted, urging her to embrace her destiny. They reassured her that she was not alone, and that divine support would be with her. They spoke of a France united, a vision of a country restored to its former glory. A land free from the tyranny of English rule. The voices painted a picture of peace and prosperity. They spoke of a young Dauphin, Charles, rightful heir to the throne, who needed her help to claim his birthright. Jeanne's heart swelled with a sense of purpose, knowing that her actions could change the fate of a nation. Jeanne's visions grew stronger, her purpose becoming clearer with each passing day. She knew she couldn't ignore the divine call. France needed her, and she wouldn't let her fear stand in the way. With unwavering faith as her shield and the voices of saints as her guide, she resolved to embark on an extraordinary journey. But embarking on such a quest was no easy feat for a young woman in the 15th century. Doubts and skepticism met her at every turn. People questioned her sanity, dismissing her visions as mere fantasies. Even her own father, fearing for her safety, forbade her from heeding the divine call. Yet, Jeanne stood firm, her resolve unshaken. She knew in her heart that she was meant for something greater, that her destiny lay in answering the call to save France. Undeterred by the obstacles in her path, Jeanne embarked on a perilous journey to Chinon, where the Dauphin Charles resided. Imagine her courage, a young woman traveling alone through a war-torn country, her heart set on a mission many considered impossible. She faced countless dangers, evading enemy soldiers and relying on the kindness of strangers. After weeks of travel, she finally arrived at Chinon, a place filled with the intrigue and whispers of courtly life. Here, she came face to face with the young Dauphin, the man she believed she was destined to help. Charles, initially skeptical, decided to test Jeanne's claims. He disguised himself among his courtiers, hoping to observe her without revealing his true identity. Yet Jeanne, guided by divine insight, saw through the charade. She approached Charles with unwavering confidence, recognizing him as the true king of France. Section 5. The Siege of Orléans. Jeanne's arrival at Chinon marked a turning point in the 100 Years' War. Her unwavering faith and infectious enthusiasm breathed new life into the demoralized French forces. Clad in shining armor, she became a beacon of hope for the weary soldiers. Her presence on the battlefield was nothing short of remarkable. The Siege of Orléans, a pivotal moment in the war, became a testament to Jeanne's unwavering spirit. The city, strategically vital for the control of the Loire Valley, had been under a relentless English siege. French morale had plummeted, defeat seeming almost inevitable. But Jeanne's arrival changed everything. She rallied the French troops, leading them with a ferocity and tactical brilliance that belied her young age. The English, initially dismissive of the Maid of Orléans, as she came to be known, soon learned to fear her presence on the battlefield. Section 6. Coronation at Reims. The Siege of Orléans marked the beginning of a series of stunning French victories. Jeanne, with her unwavering faith and tactical acumen, led the French troops from one triumph to another. The English, once seemingly invincible, now found themselves on the defensive. She had become a symbol of French resistance, her name whispered with a mix of awe and reverence. Following the liberation of Orléans, Jeanne set her sights on another ambitious goal: the coronation of Charles VII in Reims. The city, considered the traditional coronation site for French monarchs, was deep within enemy territory. Yet, Jeanne remained undeterred. She understood the symbolic importance of crowning Charles in Reims. It would solidify his claim to the throne and rally the French people behind their rightful king. Section 7. Betrayal and Capture. Despite her remarkable victories, Jeanne's time as a military leader would be tragically cut short. During the siege of Compiègne, she was captured by Burgundian forces, allies of the English. The circumstances surrounding her capture remain shrouded in controversy, with accusations of treachery and betrayal. Her capture sent shockwaves through France. The English, eager to exploit the situation, saw an opportunity to demoralize the French and discredit the woman who had become a symbol of their resistance. They sought to paint her as a heretic, a tool of the devil, hoping to extinguish the flame of hope she had ignited. Section 8. Trial by Fire. The English, determined to break Jeanne's spirit and discredit her in the eyes of the world, put her on trial for heresy. The trial was a sham, orchestrated to secure a guilty verdict. Jeanne, a young woman of unwavering faith, was subjected to relentless questioning, accused of witchcraft and heresy. Yet, even in the face of such adversity, Jeanne's spirit remained unbroken. She defended herself with courage and clarity, proclaiming her innocence and unwavering faith in God. Her answers, filled with simple wisdom and unwavering conviction, captivated even some of her accusers. But the trial's outcome had been predetermined. The English, blinded by their desire to crush the symbol of French resistance, found her guilty and sentenced her to death. Section 9. A Legacy Forged in Fire. On May 30th, 1431, Jeanne d'Arc was burned at the stake in Rouen. This event marked a pivotal moment in history, not just for France, but for the entire world. Her execution, a tragic miscarriage of justice, sent shockwaves throughout France and beyond. The trial that led to her death was fraught with political and religious intrigue, a dark chapter in medieval history. The flames that consumed her young body could not extinguish the spirit she had ignited in the hearts of the French people. Her courage and conviction became a rallying cry for those who sought freedom and justice. In the aftermath of her death, Jeanne d'Arc became a martyr for the French cause. Her legacy grew, and she was immortalized in countless works of art, literature, and folklore. Her story, passed down through generations, became a symbol of courage, faith, and unwavering patriotism. It was told and retold, each time inspiring new generations to stand up for their beliefs. Years later, she was exonerated of all charges. her name cleared of the stain of heresy. This posthumous trial was a testament to the enduring power of truth and justice. In 1920, she was canonized as a saint by the Catholic Church, forever solidifying her place in history as a symbol of unwavering faith and courage. Her sainthood was a recognition of her extraordinary life and sacrifice. Even today, centuries after her death, Jeanne d'Arc's legacy continues to inspire. Her story is celebrated in festivals, memorials, and educational programs around the world. She reminds us that even in the darkest of times, courage and faith can make a difference. Her life is a powerful example of how one person's actions can change the course of history. She is a testament to the power of the human spirit, a beacon of hope for generations to come. Jeanne d'Arc's legacy is a shining light, guiding us through the challenges of our own times.